Hello, and welcome to Social Growth for Circular Fashion, SOGFASH, where we develop a capacity building program for women in the fashion industry to help them acquire the needed skills in circular fashion processes and traditional techniques. In this section of Impact Model and Collaboration, you will learn what Impact Model is, Impact Model for Sustainable Fashion, what exactly is fast fashion, the difference between fast fashion and slow fashion, sustainable fashion, benefits of sustainable fashion, who can use Impact Model, the questions to be asked when creating an impact business model for sustainability, how to take into account potentially disruptive challenges for the company, impact making. Without any further ado, let's dive into the lesson. What is Impact Model? In simple terms, an impact model is the fusion of purpose and business strategy aimed at making a positive difference. It involves a long-term business approach that generates income while delivering products and services that benefit society. This model adds a sense of purpose to day-to-day operations, preventing burnout. The forthcoming fashion industry case study in the handbook provides insights into impact models for sustainable fashion and their application in other areas of social entrepreneurship. Moreover, the impact model serves as a guide for successful management and organizational growth. It emphasizes a holistic perspective, understanding of the business, and the significance of each individual's contribution. Management's role is to establish clear policies in key areas, engaging everyone in the organization to focus on achieving the intended outcomes. The impact model provides a clear framework, making linkages straightforward and evident. It serves as a tool for developing a shared understanding of how operations should be carried out and empowers everyone to contribute to successful outcomes. Moreover, there is another aspect that has to do with the impact business model canvas. This is a framework for visualizing, evaluating, and refining your business model to achieve both social and financial value. What is Impact Model for Sustainable Fashion? The fashion industry is a major contributor to environmental and human damage, with issues such as climate change, plastic pollution, deforestation, loss of coral reefs and biodiversity, and water shortages. Fast fashion, which prioritizes meeting demands over human, animal, and environmental welfare, is particularly problematic. Slow fashion, on the other hand, is more mindful of these concerns. What exactly is fast fashion? Fast fashion refers to affordable, quickly produced clothing inspired by runway and celebrity trends, sold at a rapid pace to meet consumer demand. This mass production has severe environmental consequences, including increased carbon footprints and water and fabric waste. In contrast, slow fashion, or sustainable fashion, focuses on creating well-made items with minimal environmental impact. It embraces social consciousness, addressing issues of social justice and environmental awareness. Fast fashion, however, often lacks labor protection, exploiting workers in countries with fewer regulations, leading to instances of modern slavery. The 2013 Rana Plaza collapse in Bangladesh is a tragic example of the consequences of such exploitation. Fast fashion not only contributes to environmental damage but also perpetuates unethical labor practices. Recognizing the distinction between fast and slow fashion is essential for making informed, ethical clothing choices. Embracing slow fashion can lead to healthier and more sustainable alternatives. What is the difference between fast fashion and slow fashion? Fast and slow fashion refers to two distinct techniques of developing and manufacturing fashion goods. Many people appreciate fast fashion because it provides accessible and stylish replicas of high couture products at affordable costs. However, the strain placed on the environment and the fashion industry by fast fashion drives damaging consequences deeper into the fashion sector. Slow fashion, however, is the opposite of fast, quick fashion. It is a conscientious shopping experience that searches for items manufactured using sustainable materials and manufacturing practices and addresses environmental and social implications as part of its manufacturing process. Slow fashion is often significantly more expensive because it increases the quality of both materials and manufacturing methods. Slow fashion or sustainable fashion implies that you are deliberately investing in a high-quality product that is purposefully meant to help the environment and everyone involved in its development. What is sustainable fashion? Sustainable fashion manufacturers design clothing with people and the environment in mind. It encompasses all goods, processes, actions, and the stakeholders working toward a carbon-neutral fashion sector based on equity, social justice, animal welfare, and ecological integrity. Sustainable fashion tackles the complete process of producing and the projected usable life of the product before entering the landfill. This movement seeks to offset fast fashion's high carbon footprint by lowering the environmental effects of fashion, such as air pollution, water pollution, and general climate change. Now, the good news is that sustainable fashion solves many of these concerns in unexpected ways. The amazing benefits of sustainable fashion are therefore stated. These are the benefits of sustainable fashion. 1. A sustainable fashion is better for people and the planet. Fast fashion involves a complex and lengthy chemical process that uses around 8,000 synthetic chemicals to dye, bleach, and treat clothing. These chemicals pose a threat to the environment and can cause illness and birth defects among farmers and their offspring. Additionally, they can be harmful to our health as our skin absorbs them. To minimize risks, it is recommended to wash new clothes before wearing them and look for certification labels such as OEKOTEX, GOTS, or Blue Sign. 2. Sustainable fashion does not support child labor. Around 170 million children are estimated to be involved in garment labor, defined as work that is either below the minimum age requirement or is deemed inappropriate and harmful for minors. This alarming situation, akin to modern-day slavery, raises serious concerns about the fashion industry's ethical practices. Brands committed to sustainability and ethics transparently share information about their facilities, working conditions, and production processes. Consumers are encouraged to look for certification labels such as Fair Wear Foundation, Fair Trade Certified, Ethical Trading Initiative, or Certified B Corporation to assess a fashion brand's ethical standards. These organizations ensure workers' rights in global supply chains, prohibit child labor, ensure fair wages, and prioritize safe working conditions. 3. Saves animal lives. The fashion industry kills animals for fashion, including leather. Leather is often mistaken as a byproduct of the meat industry, but it actually contributes to the killing of around 430 million animals each year. Sustainable fashion brands are using cruelty-free alternatives such as polyester made from ocean trash, bags made from recycled seatbelts, plant-based compostable sneakers, silk made from yeast, and vegan wool made from biofabrication. Pineapple is becoming a popular substitute for leather, using the leaves during the pineapple harvesting process to make cloth and repurpose waste. 4. Less water is required for sustainable fashion. Water is crucial in the garment industry as it is used in almost all clothing dyeing and finishing processes. Cotton, which is commonly used in clothing, requires a significant amount of water and is often cultivated in hot and dry areas where water is scarce. Organic cotton, however, uses 91% less water than conventional cotton. Other sustainable fabrics that require little to no water during manufacturing include linen, hemp, and recycled fibers. Unfortunately, only 1% of global cotton output is organic. 5. Reduction of carbon footprint. The fashion industry emits significant greenhouse gases due to petroleum-based materials like polyester, acrylic, and nylon. Sustainable businesses use natural or recycled fibers that require less energy and chemical treatment, such as linen, hemp, organic cotton, and tensiltum. These eco-friendly materials are biodegradable and environmentally friendly. 6. Sustainable fashion promotes better and safer working conditions. Modern-day slavery is a harsh reality for many fast fashion garment workers who face low wages, long hours, unsafe conditions, and restrictions on worker unions, along with verbal and physical abuse. In contrast, eco-ethical businesses are striving for humane working conditions, healthcare, and fair pay, often exceeding industry standards. They have a broader goal of creating economic opportunities to combat poverty. Consumers increasingly seek clothing they can feel good about, not just in terms of style but also knowing the ethical standards of their production. 7. Natural resources are saved by sustainable fashion. It has been reported that 97% of what goes into creating garments is fresh resources, with only 3% being recycled materials. This equates to an annual resource intake of 98 million tons, which includes oil used to make synthetic fibers, fertilizers used to grow cotton, and an unending array of chemicals used to color and polish cloth. Recycled fibers have shown to be a far more sustainable solution since they minimize the need for virgin resources and address the rising waste management issue. In comparison to the manufacture of virgin nylon, every 10,000 tons of Econyl raw material used for our swimwear saves 70,000 barrels of oil and 57,100 tons of CO2. Carbon benefits of Econyl regenerated materials. 8. Sustainable fashion ensures that we love our clothes again. It's all too easy to gaze at a beautiful, completed item of clothes at a store and forget that it has a backstory and a lifetime. The truth is that we are separated because the industry fosters it. However, being aware of all the negative aspects of this sector will hopefully lead to more mindful consumption. One that is good for the environment, animals, and humans. The impact model can also be of huge benefit in other economic sectors aside from the sustainable fashion industry that was discussed earlier. This model can be used in the corporate, social, and public sectors. Who can use the impact model? Executives, entrepreneurs, consultants, educators, and social innovators. Questions to be asked when creating an impact business model for sustainability. We've seen so many firms transition to a philosophy where profit isn't the primary measure of success, but also about people and our planet in the last decade. This new success criterion has influenced a new wave of products and services that place giving back at the heart of what they do. Now, how can we create a perfect model for our product/service/industry that is both affordable and allows them to make a significant impact? The following key questions need to be answered. 1. Products/services. What to produce or service to be rendered? What type of impact do we want to make with our programs, products, or services? How do we intend to measure the impact? What are those key indicators we will be looking at? 2. What value proposition do we intend to provide? What makes us unique? What makes our company better than other contemporaries? 3. Operations. What are the resources needed? What skills or talent do we need on our projects? How do we source resources? 4. Partners/partnership. Who do we collaborate with or who not to base on our goals, mission, and objectives? Support and funding? How do we network and get platforms? 5. Clientele or customers. Who are our prospective customers or clients? How do we get them? 6. Revenue model. What revenue model are we adopting? How can our firm fund itself? How can we incorporate multiple streams of income? 7. How do we take into account potentially disruptive challenges for the company such as employing the right people, gaining access to high-level talent, gaining access to funds, sustaining a devoted/loyal consumer base? Let's dive into the last aspect of this section, which is impact making. The impact can be made by contributing a portion of corporate profits to impact partners. This is known as profit giving. This entails maximizing effect through strategic alliances with well-established organizations. These organizations have worked hard to build protocols and infrastructure to help individuals in the greatest need. The impact is made directly via the organization's day-to-day activities. This might be accomplished by employing an underrepresented group or community to perform the task, or by the final product or service that is produced where the materials utilized can have a significant beneficial influence. According to the Global Impact Investing Network, $228 billion has been invested in impact, double the previous year's forecast. And, of course, your clients will adore you. You are providing them with excellent products or services as well as an opportunity to do well in the world at no additional expense. As a result, people will adore you. As a result, they will adore you and share your story for you. 58% of respondents stated that purchasing ethically produced goods made them feel good. 34% of consumers tell others when they feel a brand is acting ethically, or in an honest and fair manner. The following are 3 good examples of social entrepreneurs in the sustainable fashion industry who are doing exploits using the impact business model. 1. Wholesome Culture is on a mission to make the world a kinder and more sustainable place with their eco-friendly gear. Their designs are printed with water-based eco-friendly ink on 100% organic cotton, recycled plastic bottles, and bamboo. All orders are packaged in biodegradable or recyclable materials. They collaborated with local craftsmen in Bali to create their latest sustainable sportswear, which is made from recycled fishing nets and nylon. Furthermore, 10% of revenues are donated to animal rescues and environmental organizations such as ranches and sanctuaries. 2. Faithful The brand is headquartered in Bali, Indonesia. Their product lines include women's clothes, accessories, and bags. They collaborate with home sector suppliers that prefer handmade over mass manufacture and use fewer machines to reduce energy emissions. Believing in community and family, the brand allows most sewers to work from home and husband/wife duos, allowing them to work while caring for their families. This serves to empower the underprivileged in Indonesian society. Each garment is created, sourced, and made in Bali utilizing hand dyeing and hand printing processes. 80% of the textiles they use are certified EcoVero fibers derived from renewable wood sources and produced in an environmentally friendly manner in accordance with strict environmental criteria. Also on their website, the business hopes to educate customers on appropriate clothing care and repairs in order to extend product life and thereby reduce negative environmental effects. 3. Stella McCartney, London, United Kingdom. They specializes in women's and children's clothing such as bags, shoes, and accessories. Stella McCartney's commitment to pushing for sustainable and ethical fashion has made her one of the most eco-friendly luxury brands on the market. The fashion label has long used eco-friendly materials, non-toxic colors, and polyester made from recycled plastic bottles. Eco-nylon derived from recycled fishing nets is on track to replace nylon. She uses organic cotton from farms established by social entrepreneurs, farmers, and non-governmental organizations that avoid the use of hazardous pesticides. They are also decreasing the usage of oil-based synthetics and working solely with suppliers that fulfill the brand's quality and environmental criteria. Aside from fashion, impact models can be applied to other aspects of our business lives. You can consider the following for developing yours. Consider the following while developing an impact model. The problem you want to tackle should be clearly related to what you do as a business. The importance of authenticity and alignment cannot be overstated. Without proper alignment, you run the danger of being labeled as a cause washer or a greenwasher. Check all elements of your business and supply chain to verify that there are no inconsistencies. You do not want negative attention to your company. 1. When can I start? It is not necessary to have a world-changing impact model or a game-changing impact model to get started. Simply get started. Profits should be invested in something that makes sense for your brand. 2. Collaborations. To have the desired impact, collaborate with an organization that is already undertaking the task. 3. Brand storytelling. Are you at a loss? There are organizations that can come to the rescue. They will be willing to assist your brand as long as you are making a positive impact through your products and services.